In this video, let's learn how to create open graph in Next.js application. So what is open graph? So basically, this is kind of like a preview when you share your website into the social media platform. So as you can see, this is the example. So you can use this extension right here, social share preview. You can just download the extension and you can use it. As you can see, this is the preview of the detail block. But if I go to just for a slash block, for example, as you can see, the styling is different, right? And also if I go to for the home, and also the styling is a little bit different. The title is more bigger, right? So I'm going to showing you how to do that. And as you can see on the code here on the final project, basically we have one single file called generate OG image that will handle all of those. Will handle the home, block, and also the block detail. So we can just reuse this function here into the home right here. As you can see, we use that right here. On the block, we use that right here. And on the Slack right here on the block detail, we're using that right here. So I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. So let's start from the scratch. All right, as you can see, we have brand new Next.js application, just starting the development server. And then this is what we have, right? First, you have to download the social share preview extension. I just find these random extension things and just download that. And after you download it, if you click this one right here, as you can see now, there's no social share preview. As you can see, there's no image. And then basically, as you can see on the documentation right here, we can create open grab image with file. Basically, as you can see, we can use image and also we can use code, right? So first, if you want to create image, it's pretty simple. The file of the image, it should be this one right here, open grab image.jpg, jpeg, png, and gif. It just works, right? And I'm going to show you how it works. Let's try to, I think I'm going to, let's just screenshot this Next.js right here, right? Yeah, just screenshot that. And then I'm going to paste that to this app right here. As you can see, image.png. I'm going to rename that to the name. It should be matched with this let's see, open grab image.png, right? The name, it should be that. I'm gonna copy the name and then let's putting right here open grab dash image.png. And now let's go back and see on the website. As you can see, it's look like this. So we have image right now, but as you can see, the width and height is not matched, of course, because the open grab, it should be have let me see, but as you can see right here, the file should be not more than 5 megabyte for the Twitter image, and for the open grab image not be more than 8 megabyte. And let's take a look for the size. I think the normal size is the width should be 1200 pixel and the height should be 630 pixel, right? That's it, how you can create open grab image with file. Just put the file right here into the home, and as you can see, you get the open grab image. In this video, let's try to create that with code basically. So first, I'm gonna create another page called blog, right? And inside the blog, we have page.tsx like this. We can do RFC and then just change this to blog page. And now if I go to blog, all right, slash blog. So as you can see, we still get the image because we put the open grab into the root, right? If we putting that on the blog right here, now blog have the image, but if I go back to the home don't have the image, right? You get the idea. All right, after we create that image, now let's learn how to create the file. So basically we can create open grab image.tsx on the, let's do on the home first. Let's create file called open grab image.tsx. And then what we are going to do in here is just everything in here. You can just copy and paste all of that and let's learn together. I'm gonna copy that and paste right here. And as you can see, it's basically import the image response from the next/og, and we basically export default async, right? The name should be image, and inside the image, we return the new image response come from up here. And then in here, we can return JSX element. So let's take a look at the JSX element here. Basically, we have just one div that have this about Acme tags, and we have this inline styling right here. The background is white and the font size 1 to 8, and also just put all the text into the center. Just that's it, right? Let's save that and let's take a look. As you can see, we get this error because we don't have this font. So if you don't want to change the font, just remove that font on the top right here and also on the bottom right here. And I believe it just works. As you can see, we have about Acme on the social share preview extension. And also, if you want to use a custom font, of course, you can use this right here, but make sure you put your font on the fonts. I'm going to putting that on the fonts folder and just bring in my custom font in here, just putting that on the fonts. As you can see now I have two file font. So basically you can just download the font on the Google font and etc. Just putting that in here. Right, to get the font we can just say, I believe I from the app right here. So if I want to go out into the fonts folder, I should do // into the fonts / the file name. So now as you can see, there's no error and the font is immediately applied on this about Acme, right? And of course you can specify the font family in here. If the font family have inter, use inter. In the inter it doesn't exist, just use the sans serif font. Alright, as you can see, that's how you create open crop image. Let's try to see the styling now. As you can see right here, the background, you can always change that to whatever you want. As you can see, the red, it works. So for example, you want to add another element on this div, you can do that. So basically you can put a heading one, for example, you can say home, and then of course you can do paragraph tag as well. It just works. You can do welcome to my website, right? Save that, and as you can see, it's going to be look like this. It's look terrible, of course, because we're not styling anything in here. So let's do the font size. I'm going to remove the font size default in here. So now we have this really small text on the preview here. But you always can change the size here. For example, style, you can do like font size into whatever you want. You can do 40, for example. Let's save, and then as you can see, it's 40 pixel. Let's go back again. I think I'm gonna change that to 16 or something like that. And as you can see, it's more bigger, right? I'm gonna click this preview, and we have the full width in here, so we can just styling that. So for the paragraph, I can do style and then just putting an object. We can do font size into 20, for example. Save, and then we need to refresh in order to see the result. So as you can see on the home and the welcome to my website is just one line. So we need to putting that on the flex column, right? So let's wrapping this heading one and the p tag inside the div, for example, like this. I'm gonna put the, let's see, p tag and also the heading one into the div right here. And also inside this div, I'm gonna say style, and I'm going to put all of that into the center. So I'm gonna say display into flex, and also align item center, and flex direction, I'm gonna say column, of course, right? And if I save, as you can see, if I refresh, home and welcome to my website is now one column. Great. I can also add the maximal weight to 90%, and also for the padding, I'm gonna set that to 16 pixel. Let's try to save, and as you can see, that's the result. Nice. So let's first, I think I'm going to put the open grab image into one folder. All right, one folder called utils. And inside the utils folder, I'm going to create a file called oggenerator.tsx. Right, and inside in here, I just want to copy and paste everything come from the open grab image.tsx. Just paste that right here. And then I just want to remove everything on the top right here. We don't need that. We just need to export one function called, we can do generate OG image, right? That's the function name. And we can use this function basically anywhere we want. But the problem is, as you can see, we get an error because the size it should be, I just want to copy this one here and then just paste that inside the function like this. Of course, we need to say const size and then the width and height, and now everything is fine. Great. So now let's take a look. I'm going to use this OG generator function, which is the generate OG image function inside the open graph image. So inside the return in here, I just want to remove all of that, right? Just remove all of this right here. I just want to return the generate OG image come from the util/OG generator and just run that function. And of course, we don't need this font here. Just remove that. And as you can see, it's more simple, right? Our open graph image, it's really simple. So let's try to refresh and then it's still the same, right? So I'm going to send a couple property on this function here. The first thing is I'm going to say that this is going to be a home for the type. And also I'm going to send another object called title and description. As you can see, this is just for example, title and description. So now let's go back to OG generator and now we need to get that type and also the props. Okay. And now we can basically render the title here. We can do props.title and also we can render the props.description in here. Just like that, save and then refresh. As you can see, now we still get the same value because in here we're setting that to the same value. I can do like 1 to 3, save, and as you can see, if I reload, we get 1 to 3 right here. Alright, so now let's change the title and description. I also want to change the background color of the OG generator because now the color is red, right? So basically you can put any color in here, but now I'm going to put linear gradient to make it a little bit look nice. So if I save that and reload, as you can see, it's going to be look like this because the color of the text is black by default. So we can say color and then we can do white in here. So now as you can see, if I refresh, the color is white. Now it's more better. Great. So now let's take a look on right here. As you can see, if I reload, now you should have this beautiful OG, and then I just want to go back in the page, just want to remove all of this, right? And I just want to paste this really simple heading 1 like this. And then of course, I'm going to go to block and then page right here. Also, I want to just return really simple heading 1, just like this block page. So let's take a look if I go to /block, right? Now, as you can see, we still get this image because we still use this open graph image right here, right? So let's just delete that. If I delete that, now the open graph image that used inside the block will be this one right here, right? As you can see, my personal block. So let's just copy entire file in here, and I just want to create the open graph image inside the block folder, right? So let's change a couple things in here. So first I'm going to change the type of this generate OG image is going to be block type. And also for the title and description, as you can see, if I change that, now as you can see on the preview, it's immediately apply the change. Really nice. Let's go back in here. And then for the alt, I'm going to change that as well. Let's go with a blog post, right? So now let's try to create the slug, which is the detail blog post. So I'm going to do slug in here, slug, and then inside that we have page.tsx again. All right. So let's just copy and paste everything inside the block in here. I just want to copy and then paste that inside the slug. And just paste this really simple title in here, advanced next.js technique. So let's go to blog/whatever. So let's go to hello world. All right, so now we should see this advanced next.js technique. Now we should have blog posts, right? So let's just copy the open graph image, go to Slack and then paste that. So now, of course, we need to change a couple things in here. For the alt, I'm going to say detail post. Let's do detail post. And for the type in here, I'm going to say detail dash let's say block detail. Let's do block detail. And also for the title, a description. And also we are going to add another key for the outer and category, right? This is basically a dummy data, but in real case, you have to get this value from the API. So now if I save and let's take a look on the preview, we have this advanced Next.js technique and then also the description as well. So let's try to add another styling for the specific detail post, right? So let's go to OG generator and then here I'm going to add another styling. So on the top of the heading one, I'm going to create this right here. If the props.category have a value, that means right here, right, we set the category value in here. So if the category have a value, I'm going to create this div right here with the background, this one with the padding, border radius and margin bottom. Okay, so if I save that, now as you can see, if I reload, hopefully, as you can see on the top right here, we have like a web development. And also under the description right here, I'm going to put this div right here, right? It's basically if we have outer value, just put this div with margin top, display flags, line center, gap 15 between these right here, which is the div right here, and also the span that we have gap 15 pixel. So this basically will have width and height 50. So we are going to make a circle, by the way, and inside the circle we get the outer array 0. That means we get the first character on the, let me see right here, on this string. So we get the G in this case, right? Okay, so if I save that, now as you can see, let's click this one. As you can see, we have the circle and Jane Doe right here. So there's a couple things that we can improve in this OG generator if you want. All right, so let's scroll up, and in here, I'm going to put this object, which is the style map object. As you can see inside that, we have home key that have background color and also the title size and description size. So we have home, block, and also the block detail in here. And also we are going to get the value, the background value, the title value, and the description value based on the style map right here. Okay, we get an error because we not specify the type right here. So let's putting on the top. So I'm going to create type called OG image type, which is have a value home or a block detail in this case. And also for the OG image prop, which is this props right here, we have title and description. This is required, right? And the outer and category is optional. So we can put the type in here. So we can do OG image type. And also for the props, we can do in here OG image props as well in here. Okay, so if I scroll down now, as you can see, there's no error. We can get the background from here, right? If we send the type home, for example, in this function, we send type equals to home. So now on the background, we should get this background, right? We get this title and we get this description as well. Great. So now let's put the background in here into this value. So I'm going to remove this background value. So now let's putting that in here, right? And also the title size, let's scroll it down. Inside the heading one here, I'm going to put the font size into title size. And I'm going to set another styling in here. The font weight is 600, the margin bottom is 20 pixel. And also for the paragraph, I'm going to set the font size into the description size, I believe. What is the name? Let's scroll up, description size. Yep, so let's copy the name and then put it in here. For the paragraph, I'm going to set the opacity 0.8 and the font weight is 300. Nice. So let's save and then I'm going to refresh. As you can see, it's look like this. As you can see, the title is not centered. So let's go back, and on the div right here, I'm going to add basically text align into center. So let's save and reload. Hopefully now all the text will on the center. Great. As you can see, if I click that, it's going to be look like this. Super nice. And also let's go back to the block, for example, right? So if I go to block, it's going to be look like this. If I go to home, it's going to be look like this, right? So yep, hopefully this video helpful, guys, and you can just implement that on your project. See you on the next one.